Alright, so today we're going to solve problem number 8 in our General Chemistry Solve Problem series. And we're going to solve a problem wherein we need to determine the empirical formula of a compound. So let me read problem number 8. Okay, so a compound gave an analysis the following percent composition. Potassium is 26.57%. Chromium is 35.36% and oxygen is 38.07%. Derive the empirical formula of the compound. And of course, we have our choices here. Okay, so to make our calculation easy, I already put the elements that we needed here. Okay, so this is how you're going to see it from the periodic table. This is because we're going to need the periodic table in solving this problem in order to get the atomic mass of every element. Okay, so I just put it now here to make the process easier. Okay, so we don't need to go back and refer to the periodic table. All right, so let me write our required here. So we need to determine the empirical formula of the compound. And for our given, okay, we have these values. We have our potassium, which is 26.57%. We have our chromium, which is 35.36%, and we have our oxygen, which is 38.07%. Okay, so although it is not clearly mentioned here, but we could assume that all of this is percent mass. All right, and the easiest way to solve this is to have a basis. Okay, so if all of these are presented as percent by mass, so the easiest way is to have a basis of 100 grams of our compound. So let me write that here. Our basis is 100 gram of the compound. Okay, so the next step is to find out what is the mass of every element that we have here. So let us start by determining the mass of potassium. Okay, so let me write that in white. So I have the mass of potassium. Okay, so to get the mass of potassium, you just need to get 26.57% of the compound. So our compound is 100 grams. So 26.57% of that is potassium. So we need to multiply this by 0.2657. Okay, so that means we have 26.57 grams of potassium. Okay, so basically what it tells us is, since this is the percentage of our element and we have a basis of 100 gram of the compound, numerically it will be the same as the values here. That means for chromium we have 35.36 grams and for oxygen we have 38.07 grams. Okay, so that's how to determine that. But for the sake of this sample problem, so that all of our viewers could understand what's happening, I'm going to write each of it here. So the mass of chromium will be 100 grams of the compound, and we have 35.36% of that, so we have 0.3536. so we have, if you multiply that, you will have 35.36 grams of chromium. And for the mass of oxygen, we will have 100 grams of the compound multiplied to 38.07%, so we have 0.3807. so this will be 38.07 grams of oxygen. Right, so the next step is to determine the number of moles of our elements. Okay, So we need to determine the number of moles of our elements. Okay, so let us start with potassium. So the number of moles of potassium will be, we're going to use the value that we have here. We have 26.57 grams of potassium, and then we're going to divide that to its atomic mass. Okay, so for potassium, I'm just going to round it off. We will have 39. Okay, so we'll have for every 1 mole of potassium, we have 39 grams of potassium. Okay, so our unit for grams of potassium will be cancelled out, and then we'll be needing our calculator to solve this. So we have 26.57 divided by 39. So we have 0.6813 moles of potassium. Okay, so now let's go to the number of moles of chromium. Okay, so we'll write this mass of chromium that we have here. So we have 35.36 grams of chromium. Then divide that to its atomic weight. For chromium, we have 51.996. So I'm going to round this up, so we'll have 52. Okay, so we have 52 grams of chromium for every 1 mole of chromium. Okay, so again, the unit for grams of chromium will be cancelled out. Okay, so let's use our calculator again to solve this. We have 35.36 divided by 52. So we have 0.68. So 0.68 moles of chromium. Alright, so finally we need to get the number of moles of oxygen. So our oxygen is 38.07. Okay, so grams of oxygen. Then for every 1 mole of oxygen, using our atomic mass here, we have 15.999. So I'm going to round it up. We'll have 16. Okay, so 16 grams of oxygen. Okay, so again, the unit for grams of oxygen will be cancelled out. So what's left is the mole of oxygen. So again, let's use our calculator. We'll have 38.07 divided by 16. So we have 2.379. Okay, so I'm going to complete this. So we have 2.3794 mole of oxygen. All right, so we have 3 elements here, right? So we have potassium, we have chromium, and we have oxygen. Okay, so if I'm going to write the number of moles that we acquired here in our computation, so for every 100 gram of a compound, I have 0.6813 mole of potassium. Okay, so we have 0.6813. For chromium, I have 0.68. Okay, so let me write that properly. And for oxygen, I have 2.3794. Okay, so we haven't seen in any book that represents a compound wherein the number of atoms written here as a subscript in decimal, right? So we need to convert this into a whole number. And you can do that by dividing these values to the lowest values that we got here. Okay, so as you can see here, the lowest value is 0.68. Okay, so we're just going to divide everything by 0.68. So divide this by 0.68, divide this by 0.68, and divide this by 0.68. Okay, so we have just a little bit difference here. Well, this is just because of rounding off, okay, for these values. So basically, you will have here 0.6813 divided by 0.68 will be 1. For chromium, 0.68 divided by 0.68 will be 1. And for oxygen, let us use our calculator. We have 2.3794 divided by 0.68. We have 3.499. Okay, if I'm going to round off this value, I could have 3.5 for our oxygen, right? But still, this is not a whole number. If I write that, I will have K. We don't write the subscript 1, so I will have Cr and oxygen 3.5. Okay, so as you can see, this is still not acceptable because our subscript or our oxygen is still not a whole number. Okay, but the easiest way to solve this is to think which value can we multiply all of this, wherein our decimal value here will be converted to a whole number. Well, 3.5, as we know, is equal to 3 plus 0.5. So I'm just going to convert this into fraction. Okay, so this is just a bit of a review. Okay, so we have 3 plus, we know that 0.5 is equal to 1/2, right? Because if we move this to the right, you will have 5/10. Okay, so which means we have 3 plus 1/2. Okay, so to convert this into an improper fraction, we will have to multiply the denominator to 3. So I will have 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 1, I will have 7. Okay, so this is 7/2. So 3.5 is equal to 7/2. So the same way, we have here K, Cr, oxygen 7/2. Alright, but since we need to have a whole number here, it tells us that if we multiply this by 2, our denominator will be cancelled out, right? So let us multiply this by 2. So we will have, for potassium, I will have K2. For chromium, I will have Cr2. And for oxygen, I will have 7/2 times 2. The 2 will be cancelled out. So I will have O7. And this is our empirical formula. Okay, so we have K2, Cr2, O7, which is letter A in our choices. Alright, so I hope that you learned something from this lecture video. So we could go ahead solving problem number 9.